how do you interpret the nationwide scenes of participation that we've witnessed during the second day of the first phase of the 2025 parliamentary elections?
Good evening to you and to everyone who's watching, and thank you for having me here in Q News. Of course, this turnout and participation in the election shows that the citizens are very aware of the importance of casting their votes and how important these elections are, and also having the parliamentary elections at this time uh, come the messages that the Grand Egyptian Museum inauguration has sent. The idea that this shows that Egypt is very stable and has parliamentary entitlements, and we know what we are doing, and they give the entitlements they are where they are due, and that it is a stable country that can hold the elections on time, even though there are so much tensions around us here. And after the tensions over the past years, even here, and uh, they can get out a parliament that is very successful, that is very positive, that has so much to protect the citizens. In Israel, they have 7 parliamentary reforms since 2009, and they are talking that they have democratic unity and so on. But now we see the actual country that really has successful attempts, that has a successful parliament, the country that has the oldest parliament. And I don't mean the parliament that I mean the parliament from the era of Muhammad Ali. We have had a parliament for more than 200 years, and it is so much older than even the attempts of having a parliament in the European countries.
Also, we've seen quite a big turnout when it comes to the election process, whether it be all the way from Matruh to Aswan. What does this actually reveal about Egyptian political consciousness and their connection to this democratic process?
This actually shows that the Egyptian citizens are, as I said, very aware, and they have higher voices than those who claim that they are civil and cultured and can have an opposing vote. But now in the Egyptian streets, we can see that the citizens are the one who make the call, and they have such high awareness. They know their democratic rights and entitlements, and this proves that the countries that have said that that Egypt doesn't care about the House of Representatives or House of Senators elections, but actually, yeah, the Egyptian people haven't failed Egypt. And since also the 30 June revolution, and even when we had presidential elections in 2023, while the war in Gaza was happening, this shows how Egypt values democracy and elections, and that they will give the citizens their rights no matter what, and that we respect the election times and constitution. We also respect our constitution, and we will hold the elections no matter what.
Well, so given what you just said there, sir, you do agree with the idea or the notion that has been describing what's happening right now during the election process as a celebration of awareness about their democratic rights. Can you describe this characterization more fully, I suppose?
Of course, this huge turnout to the ballot boxes. This, as I said, it is a thermometer for awareness, and when we see this happening with the elections, House of Representatives, House of Senators, and then before the presidential elections, this shows how aware the citizens are. They know that they have they know they have rights, and they know that the votes that they cast won't be in vain, and they will be able to choose who will be representing them. They are very aware that the parliament is actually for the citizens and issues laws for the citizens, and actually has real talks between the representative, the senators, the parliament, and so um, if, even if we give credit to the citizens awareness, we also need to give credit for or to the parliament and the parties here, because they gave the citizens the experience of choosing who represents them and to know more about their hopes and their dreams for tomorrow.
During the voting process, we saw an extensive way of supporting the elderly as well as those with disabilities so that they are able to cast in their votes. What does this say about the inclusivity when it comes to the Egyptian democratic process of today?
Of course, Egypt was one of the first countries that that thought of offering logistic support, especially for those who cannot go to the polling stations. Uh, Especially the seniors and those with the special needs, and even before we had designated hours to give the chance for those who work early in the morning to be able to cast their votes later in the day. And we have considered Egypt has considered everything. They have considered,
So
as I said,